So the New York Post worked on this really amazing, interesting story about a woman in Zambia who was suing her boyfriend because after 8 years, he had not proposed. She was 18 when they started dating and he was 20. She was 26 when she brought the lawsuit against him and he's 28. And according to the Kenyan News, she was really upset because he was kind of dragging his feet. She said that he's never been serious and this is why I brought him to court, because she deserves to know whether or not their relationship is going to move forward. You know, it doesn't take a scientist to realize that the court decided that they could not rule in anyone's favor because it's not illegal to not propose to your girlfriend. I would have to be dead in my tracks to ever bring a man to court. I would be like Angela Bassett and I would burn his car to the ground. I'm not violent, I'm just joking. But I would never, ever force a man to marry me. Although 8 years seems like a really long time, when you put it into context, the fact that they started dating so young kind of makes you understand why, first of all, she's still living with her parents. A lot of times couples like to move in together to kind of test the waters, and why he might not be in a financial place to get married. The fact that he's 28, he's still probably really early on in his career. So the fact that he brought up that he just financially doesn't feel like he is in a place to get married does kind of make sense. Here's the thing, I really feel for poor Gertrude. She's obviously in love with this man. Why? We don't know, but she clearly wants to spend the rest of her life with this man. Even if he proposed, that doesn't even make it any better, because now you have to take your man to court to get him to ask you to marry him. We haven't even thought of the fact that there is a child involved. They had a child together. So she's probably trying to make sure that her child has a father in their future. The whole thing is really messy and really sad. And it just kind of reiterates the fact that when you're in a relationship, both parties really need to have a conversation early on in regards to where that relationship is going. By year number 2, Gertrude definitely should have had a conversation with her spouse, found out where his head was at, and kind of decided to make some kind of timeline. And if he wasn't willing to propose within 3 or 4 years, then she should have just kind of left things at that and embarked on a new relationship. Although people, especially in the United States, are getting married at a later age, I do think that for a lot of people, especially for women, but I could be wrong, marriage is still kind of the end goal. You know, growing old with somebody, that fairy tale, you know, growing old in your bed with someone and, you know, raising children, having grandchildren. I still think that is kind of the goal. And you know what just popped into my head? Like this whole idea of marriage, I'm a boss. So maybe if I'm really feeling this guy and it's 2 years in, maybe I'm just going to buy a ring and propose to him. That's actually something that's gaining steam in the United States too. Women are taking things into their own hands. Gertrude, once again, she's only 26. So she has her whole life ahead of her, and hopefully she will meet the man that is her future husband.